to the breakbeat sessions with Jay Cunning. Yeah, get me.
This is Jay Cunning on Kiss.
Welcome back on the other side. We are now joined by one half of Shimon and NIXON, because Shimon, where is he?
He's locked in his studio up in Hornchurch somewhere.
Do you know what? I think I upset him last week at Ram because I left and wouldn't lend him my headphones. I think that's what it is, he's getting me back.
That's typical Shim forgetting his headphones, isn't it?
There you go. Well, it's one half of you here, so how you doing, mate? You alright?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty hectic.
Good. That's nice to hear, mate. It's always good to be busy, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well listen, before we go into the tune stuff, how did you and Shimon get together?
Well, it goes back a couple of years. My wife and I used to put on a night called Bar Knowledge in Chamonix, and we used to get over DJs coming over for a couple of days, bit of snowboarding, bit of fun, and then do a night down at the Cantina. And it proved really successful, and just met a lot of the guys, you know, like Aqua Sky and too many to mention really. And Shimon came along in a haze, and after being in the studio the night before and not knowing he had to get the flight at 8 o'clock in the morning, and
so it's a regular thing then, you're missing things.
Yeah.
Oh, good, I don't feel so guilty now.
Yeah, and he turned up, and you know, it was one of those random things where we met up, and it felt like we'd known each other for about 10 years, and started talking and said, let's do some stuff together.
Alright, so I'm assuming you can snowboard pretty well then if you're doing a night out there. Yeah,
I've been doing snowboarding for 18 years or so.
What about the rest of them? What about Aqua Sky? I'm dying to know if they can.
Oh no, Dave came over, he flew in for the gig, did the party and had to leave the next day. He was on a pretty tight schedule, but Tayo's been out and he's a little shredder. He's getting into it. I think he's going to do a couple of months this season.
Good on him.
Yeah.
So you've had quite a good introduction to breakbeat. Straight in with quite possibly the world's biggest label, Finger Licking. That's not bad going, really.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That was another thing that was sort of met up in the mountains, and that was with Justin Rushmore, and just.
Did he have his clothes on this time?
Yeah, he did.
He normally some festivals naked.
I haven't experienced that yet, thank God.
You don't want to.
So yeah, we just hooked up, got chatting, played together, and just vibed off of each other, and just snowballed really.
So it seems like snowboarding's the place to do like a good business, basically.
Yeah, well, it's a relaxed environment. It's a lovely place to be, and you just kind of everyone's up for a bit of snowboarding, a bit of partying. It's just a really nice place and a good vibe. Yeah.
I went snowboarding once. I did enjoy it, but I must admit, for 4 days afterwards, I couldn't even put shoes on.
Yeah.
I found muscles that I never had. Even on my toes, I had muscles. It was unbelievable. There was just so much pain.
That's it. The first 4 days you just get battered. You just land on your backside. Your wrists are hurting, your knees. It's just. But once you get through that pain barrier, then it's heaven.
I'm a bit of a wimp when it comes to stuff like that.
You're miserable.
I'll just go halfway up, just find a bar. I'll be well happy with that. Just watching everyone else play.
Well, that's okay. Just sit back, have a few beers, and relax and take it in.
Yeah. So, some big releases on Finger Licking. What's coming up in the future?
Well, recently we've got our Sexy Beast and Brainstorm that's just recently come out. We've been working on a few other things that are in the mix. We haven't really got names from yet. We've just called them Freddie and Ravy and. I don't know, we just haven't thought of names.
But yeah. You have to let me have Ravy when it's done.
It was just kind of the vibe we were going with, and we're just like, just whatever, just call it. And so we've got some things going. I've got my EP I'm working on at the moment, and just working on a score for a Bollywood movie, which is pretty interesting.
Nice.
Going on the other end of
that must be quite a musical jump, going from drum and bass and breaks to Bollywood.
Yeah, it is. It's just kind of taking sort of the production skills from the music we're used to, and then putting it with sort of a Bollywood vibe, and doing a few bootlegs, and also been doing some like sort of film scores with orchestral stuff, which an orchestra's going to play, which is going to be insane to see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big things.
Big things are going.
Big things. Mate, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on. You got any websites you want to plug before we get in the mix?
Just my MySpace. It's MySpace/DJ Scott NIXON, and my website, which is more of a reference site, scottnixon.co.uk, and then there's just Scott NIXON on the old Facebook stalkbook.
There you go. Yeah, it's all good, mate. It's a pleasure to have you down. We're going to get in the mix. So,
nice one.
Yeah, one half of Shimon and NIXON.
Yeah,
NIXON.
man. Cheers, mate.